What's up, everybody? This is the Booch, and welcome to part 19 of the WWE 2K24 Showcase Journey. Today, we're going to be diving into Wrestlemania 39, which is the last WrestleMania in the 2K24 series. However, this is not the last match. We still got a few more to go. But today, we're going to be diving into a match that I was not the least bit excited for when it was first announced, but I was very happy when the match ended. And that is, of course, the match between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley for the Smackdown Women's title. And we're going to dive into all of that today on the WWE 2K24 Showcase Journey.
A majestic homecoming for Stone Cold Steve Austin sees the Rattlesnake drop KO with the Stone Cold Stunner, locking in the victory. Austin sets a WrestleMania record with 20 years going between WrestleMania wins, as his previous victory at the event was over Scott Hall at 2002's WrestleMania 18.
That's
Cheers
true.
to Stone Cold. Moving on, we arrive at WrestleMania 39. Last year's spectacular that played host to many show-stopping moments. And night one was where we got to watch the scintillating rematch between Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The two first met at WrestleMania 36, when Charlotte then NXT Women's Champion Ripley. It was a competitive affair, but Charlotte walked out with the victory and the NXT Women's title. 3 years later, though, things had changed. Ripley had arrived to the main roster, and at WrestleMania 37, she defeated Asuka to become Raw Women's Champion. Unfortunately, a few months later at Money in the Bank 2021, Ripley would again face Charlotte, and would again lose her championship by submission. So when Rhea won the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match, entering at number 1 for the record, she wasted little time to make her challenge. The next night on Raw, she'd lay it out to the woman that had stopped her momentum on more than one occasion, the 7-time Women's Champion and the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair. On a night one that featured incredible action and immortal legends, Ripley and Flair would deliver a performance that could not be denied. Charlotte eternally defending her status as top woman in WWE, and Ripley with her golden opportunity to vanquish the ghosts of WrestleMania past. One thing was clear. If Ripley was going to get it done, she'd have to avoid Charlotte's vaunted figure 8, which had twice been her undoing. If she could do that, her path to victory was clear. That's usually everyone's plan against Charlotte, but she still seems to find it one way or another. Can you put the perfect attack together and defeat Charlotte Flair, or will you, like so many before, end up bowing down to the Queen? Let's go to night one of WrestleMania 39 and find out.
Okay, before I even get into this, I got some things I need to get off my chest. I did not expect to play this match for WrestleMania 39, but whatever. All I know is, if you guys have known me longer than a day, you know exactly how I feel about Charlotte Flair. I believe she is the ultimate Nepo baby of WWE. I have hated every moment, every second of every day that she has ever held a championship. I remember WrestleMania 36 and that being a travesty. I remember watching Rhea Ripley have to get fed to Charlotte Flair. I have watched her bury multiple women in the women's division. And even though I have never once wished injury on a wrestler and never would, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy that Charlotte's been off TV. My biggest fear is that on February 1st at the Rumble, she could make her comeback. And I'm afraid when she does make her comeback, they're going to hand her another championship, and it's all going to go to shit. That's my genuine fear. So I remember watching this match, and I remember the scary possibility that Charlotte was going to walk out with the championship, or retain the championship, I should say. And I hoped Rhea would win. And I also remember it being very disappointing, as much as I hate Charlotte Flair, that this is the second time they faced each other at a WrestleMania, and it was the second time they did not main event, and they should have. Because I am a firm believer, if you win the Royal Rumble, you should main event WrestleMania. If you're not ready to main event WrestleMania, you have no business winning the Royal Rumble. Because that makes the Royal Rumble meaningless. What is the point in this match, the Royal Rumble, if it doesn't give you a main event spot at WrestleMania? Fuck the title shot. it also gives the main event. Because the champion should be the main event. If that's not your biggest story, something is wrong in your company. You're not booking effectively. Now, lately, they've done the right thing with the men's Rumble, but as I mentioned before, there's so many times they haven't. And I feel like if WWE is going to emotionally invest in women's wrestling, if we're supposed to take women's wrestling seriously and say that these women are athletes, that these women deserve airtime, that these women deserve to have 10, 15-minute matches or 20-minute bangers and deserve to go out there and showcase what they got, and that they are on par with the men in professional wrestling, then I believe, now that we have 2 Royal Rumbles and 2 nights of WrestleMania, the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble should get the Night 1 main event against whichever champion she faces, and Night 2 should be the winner of the Men's Rumble. You have the Men's Rumble on Night 2 because the men are always going to outdraw the women. Becky Lynch is the only one in modern wrestling, as a woman, that's ever been able to draw more money than, I will say, half the men. Not since Becky Lynch has there been a more over woman in WWE. And before Becky, I can't remember who the last one was, but Becky Lynch was the one. I mentioned when I talked about the WrestleMania 35 match that I did last time. So, just want to make that clear. I was very disgusted that this wasn't the main event. Because again, Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble here, and Charlotte unfortunately won the last time. And I remember being very pissed off about that. But still, if you win the Rumble, you go to Mania. And you bring with you the champion you choose to face. That should be your main event of WrestleMania every time. I don't want to hear about the most impactful story or the show stealer or any of that horse shit. Because without that prize, all the Royal Rumble really is a glorified battle royal with high spots and legend pops. Or return pops if they decide not to include any legends at all. So, anyways, want to get that off my chest. Now, let's get to the match. Southwest.
And spiked her into the top turnbuckle. Charlotte crumbled to the mat, and just like that, her quick start was a thing of the past. And now Ripley had her choice of how to punish the champion next. Rhea had continued to put her booties. Rhea started hitting Charlotte with some big shots. And how Charlotte kicked out, we may never know. At this point, you could see the resignation on the face of Rhea Ripley. If that super German suplex wasn't going to put Charlotte away, what was? But you can't give up in moments like these. This is where Rhea was going to show us exactly what she was made of. A rare double knockout brought the action to a halt, as these two were proven to be more evenly matched than initially anticipated. But it was Charlotte who appeared to be the fresher competitor, getting to her feet first. And for the first time in the contest, was Charlotte's refusal to just stay down starting to affect Rhea's confidence? But now wasn't the time to panic. That's what Charlotte Flair wanted from Ripley. That's what makes Charlotte Flair so great, so dangerous. Her ability to just survive will have you questioning everything. Rhea and Charlotte both wore the effect. Mommy was leaving with the Smackdown Women's Gold.
All right. And that was beautiful. I remember definitely being happy about that. Now, what's intriguing right now is, and I was talking before about women and impactful stories. Right now, currently, Rhea Ripley is the women's world champion because there's no Raw SmackDown champion anymore. It's now WWE Women's Champion and Women's World Champion. So Rhea now has the belt. However, the feud she had with Liv Morgan, as much as I can't stand Liv Morgan, the fact remains that was the most impactful story the women had. And I felt it could have gone on to WrestleMania, and that could have been the night one main event. Rhea taking the belt from Liv there. But instead, WWE decided to waste it on the Raw Netflix debut, which begs the question, now what are you going to do for WrestleMania? Because there's so many matches. Even though there's only 4 matches on the card, 3 out of those 4 matches could have happened at Mania. So you just ended a bunch of stories right then and there. At least, that's the impression I'm getting. Because I don't know what they're going to do for WrestleMania, because you can't have Rhea and Liv. That was the final battle. Liv Morgan's going to the back of the line, back to the mid-card, where she fucking belongs. Let her dick around with the Women's Intercontinental Championship once they crown the winner of that fucking thing, which will probably be on Monday. Now I don't know where Rhea's going to go from here. She's obviously not going to be in the Rumble, but what if, and this is a scary thought, what if they bring back Charlotte and they have Rhea Charlotte 3 at WrestleMania? By 3, I mean their third time facing off at WrestleMania. Because obviously they fought at the Money in the Bank when Rhea lost again. So now it's going to be like, could they do them in another match? Because Charlotte Flair is medically cleared and coming back. I don't put it past WWE to bring back the false Flair and put a title on her. Now, so far, they've been able to avoid that. But I know Triple H and his massive hard-on for Ric Flair can cause him to be obsessed with wanting to give Charlotte everything on a silver platter. So that's why I'm a little worried about what Rhea's going to do at WrestleMania. Because I don't know who her next opponent could possibly be for WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year. Because she just dethroned her rival. So she's got nobody left. And now it looks like she's going to be incorporated into a triple threat match with Io Sky and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 41, which means no disqualification, no countouts, lazy booking. That's what triple threat matches are. They're lazy booking, and the psychology is always fucked up. Very rarely do you see a triple threat match that is even remotely entertaining. And they have to put Rhea Ripley in this because with Io Sky, you can't draw money and you can't tell a story. Because the whole thing's going to be Bianca Belair having to carry it verbally while Io Sky hides behind subtitles because she can't cut a promo. And I believe using subtitles in your promos is the equivalent to a bodybuilder using steroids. It's a shortcut and puts an asterisk next to your name when they try to list you among the greats. It's like Cat Williams said, it's easier to juice than get in the gym. But you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy. So they got to bring Rhea Ripley in to tell a story. Because, yeah, Io Sky can have a good match. And she has gotten better as an in-ring worker. But when it comes to storytelling, she always falls flat. Always. And I'm going to be honest. WrestleMania 41 this year might as well be the Cody Cena show. Because right now, currently, at the time that I'm sitting here talking to you, this is the only match on the card, Cody and Cena, that is going to draw money and has a story worth telling. Everything else so far has been a crock of shit. Hopefully that will improve, but
I'm not very optimistic. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will wrap up this episode of the WWE 2K24 Showcase Journey. Make sure you follow us on all of our podcast platforms. Links are down in the description box below. Follow us on our social media platforms. The links are down in the description box below. And, of course, as always, hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of the WWE 2K24 Showcase Journey, as well as other additional Boochcast YouTube content. We'll talk to you guys next time. Until then, pizza, baby!